Hello class, I am going to spend the next few minutes talking to you about MLA format and what that means. So first of all, just to give you sort of the basic intro, MLA format, or MLA, literally stands for the Modern Language Association. And the Modern Language Association is sort of the governing body that oversees and lays out the rules of what MLA format is in terms of both the format. So, for example, if you're formatting a research paper, and citation style. So think about the works cited papers that you create or will create that come at the end of a paper that tell us what work you used from other authors. It also happens to be the format that we use here at Dighton-Rehoboth High School. There are other citation styles such as APA, Chicago, Turabian, which some of you may be familiar with, but this particular lesson that we're going to be working on today is focusing just on MLA format. So really, as I said, it dictates how to format research papers, in-text citations, which if you need to cite something within a paper, for example, if you're quoting something, you need to be able to include the author's name and where you got that piece of information, and also works cited documents. So those are the pages at the end of your papers that list all of the sources that you use throughout your work. So what is a works cited document? That's really what we're going to be focusing on for today's class. The purpose of a works cited document is to credit your sources and to help you avoid plagiarism, because if you were to type a paper, hand it in, and have no works cited, either in-text citations or the works cited at the end, and you did use somebody else's work, that would be considered plagiarism. So it's really important to understand that you have to this is non-negotiable. You have to cite the work and where you got it. Credit your sources. People worked hard to create their work, and so that needs to be credited. A works cited, so a single citation, a bunch of single citations make up the work cited. So that would be that would make up things such as the author, the title, the publication information, the day that you access it if it's an electronic source. So those are all called the elements of citation, and those make up a single citation, okay? So we're going to work through this together a little bit more slowly, so don't worry if this is confusing to you, but just so you know, each citation in a works cited document includes things like who wrote it, the title of the article or the book, the publication, the place of publication, the publisher, the date of publication, the website title, the date that you accessed an article or a website, things like that. All right, so that is basically the overview of a works cited document. There are some resources that we're going to be talking about this class and in the future, and these are things that you really need to know for your other classes too, because in most of your classes at one point or another you will be writing and including works cited. Important resources to support MLA and understanding what it means to have something that's MLA formatted are the online writing lab, or we call it the OWL, at Purdue University, is an incredible resource. And just so you guys know, I have posted all of this stuff on my Tumblr. All right, so under this post right here, MLA format important links. So we've got the MLA formatting and style guide from the OWL. All the note sheets, this goes to the library website. You guys did some note sheets last week on when you were researching your copyright articles on the databases. A link to NoodeTools and a link to EasyBib. Those two resources, and I'll go back to my slide, these were the next two I was going to talk about anyway. Those two resources are wonderful sources for helping you create works cited that are, you log into an account, you create an account, and we're going to be doing that. You put in your citation information, and then it beautifully formats, in MLA formats, a works cited document. There's also, for EasyBib and NoodeTools are both two great citation creation tools. EasyBib, there is an add-on in Google Docs where you can create your works cited as a Google Doc as you're doing the research, which is kind of a handy tool to have. So we're going to be using both, and we're going to kind of compare and contrast those tools together. I have a preference for one. I'm not going to tell you which one it is yet, but I think that one is a little bit more robust than the other, but you may convince me otherwise. So we're going to work together on this as a class, and you know, obviously I'm going to be here for helping you guys get your account set up, which is going to be your next task, okay? I want you to go first to NoodeTools, noodletools.com, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. That's not what where I wanted to go. No. Not sure why it's being. There we go. All right, once you're on the NoodeTools site, you are going to create an account, you're going to get set up, and what I want you to click on down here is NoodeTools MLA Lite, okay? We don't have a subscription as a school, so we're going to do this Lite version. It's got all the bells and whistles that we're going to need to do what we need to do. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in, but you guys are going to have to create a new account, all right? So this is what mine looks like right here. Move it over for you. All right, so these are all of my projects already. But once you get to this screen and my projects, that's where you need to be. All right, so for right now, your task is to get signed up on NoodeTools. All right, and also just know that a lot of this is a lot of information that I'm going through fairly quickly. But please know that I and your English teachers and probably most of your teachers are trained in MLA format. So know that you can ask any of us at any time if you need more help or explanation or for more resources. If you really like the OWL, if you really like you know, the tools that help you create the citations, we have more tricks up our sleeve to help support you in being as savvy with MLA format as possible. So just don't be afraid to ask, okay? All right, so go ahead, create your NoodeTools account, and we will come back together momentarily.